Get a gator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose reliability. The guaranteed great customer experience and relationship from the moment you walk in. Come in and see for yourself or visit reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
During Army basic training, I found out I had 7 herniated discs. Prescription pain medication led me to a heroin addiction. I entered Wheeler's program and learned life on God's terms.
After meeting Greg, I was so impressed, I hired him. When you change that one life, it makes it all worthwhile.
Now, I have a family, house, and a job that I love. At Wheeler, you can have something everlasting.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
You want a piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements and top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Just working with our company, you're going to get to work with a lot of bright individuals.
Everyone is open and ready to help you, and definitely big on advocating for making sure that you succeed and reach your potential.
Everyone's goal is the same, to make the best products that we can for our clients and make sure that it is everything and more that it could be.
What's kept me here? Our culture. We're genuinely a very great group of people. Everyone's just always willing to lend a hand.
When I have a suggestion or a concern and I voice it, leadership actually hears me.
As a consultancy, every person has a role and has something to bring to the table. There's just a lot of opportunities here if you're up for the challenge.
Jump on board, be part of the fun ride, because we're going places.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Oh, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN. This means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Hey Indiana, let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Welcome to Mount Vernon High School for the 57th edition of the Battle for the Boundary Rail. The New Palestine Dragons and the Mount Vernon Marauders have played each other every year since both programs started in 1968. And the Marauders are looking to take back the Boundary Rail and the HHC Victory Bell for the first time since 2021. For Chuck Levine and Daniel Thacker, I'm Graham Nash, next to Coach Keith Myers. And Coach, these two teams have had very different starts to the season, but all it takes is one night against your rival to switch up the momentum.
You say 1968. In 1968, I was 8, and nobody else in this whole entire stadium was born yet. So I've been there, and I understand that. I understand this rivalry. I understand the 17 miles away from each other, the grit action. This is like a title cage match, if you would. The WWE, loser go home, loser lose hair, whatever it takes. Whoever wins this game is the voice of Hancock County, and it doesn't matter that Greenfield Central is in Hancock County because these are the only two teams that people are watching tonight.
Well, it's going to be a good one. Let's start with New Palestine. Player to watch, we'll start with Michael Thacker, the the tackle.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
How about the defensive tackle?
The defensive tackle, thank you. He's already had 2 sacks this season, 27 and a half sacks over his career. He's committed to Ball State. He's a menace.
I almost called him Daniel. Daniel's our camera guy today.
That's right.
But Michael Thacker is flat out stud, can play. You'll see him play, make some great plays. Very quick. And the size, you think, well, he can't move. He can move. He can go. He's very much of a key defensively. If you're Mount Vernon, you got to run away from him.
And with him on his offense, you've got Jacob Davis, the junior quarterback, coming over from Ohio. He has been fantastic. Already 428 passing yards on the season, 5 passing touchdowns. He's been fantastic as well.
Yeah, he is. And he's going to be looking for a wide receiver. Austin McMahon will be the kid he'll be looking for. Good effect. This should be a very interesting game. You throw out the records, as you said. This game is key. And the key here is who controls the line of scrimmage and who gets everybody off the field.
You mentioned McMahon. He's had 6 receptions already, averages 30 yards per reception. But we'll take a quick break for the national anthem, come back and tell you about the Marauders.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Welcome back to Mount Vernon High School. Touch back on one more New Palestine player. We mentioned Austin McMahon, a key for this team, the wide receiver, the senior, 6'2", 168 pounds. He's had 6 receptions, averages 30 yards per catch, and he had a 99-yard touchdown catch versus Kokomo. That was pretty much 100 yards.
4th down, if I remember correctly, it was 4th down on the 1/8 mark. They threw the pass. He juggled the ball a couple times before he hauled it down for a 99-yard touchdown, changed that game away. That's what you need tonight. Mount Vernon needs a big play that can turn things around and see what happens. Rivalry, though, I have to emphasize to our fans tonight, this is a rivalry. They know each other. They go to school with each other. They play AAU basketball. They probably date the same girl. It's just very important. It's crucial that you get off to a quick start.
Well, let's go over to the Mount Vernon side now. Key for this Mount Vernon offense is Jaliba Brogan, the senior running back. He's got 114 rushing yards per game, about 12 yards per carry. He's going to be a big piece.
Love him. 5'10", 190. Doesn't know where he's going to go to school. He's got a couple of schools he's working at. He's the type of kid, if he gets a little gap, he can rush and he can go. He's big enough, and he's got big, strong shoulders. He can shake off that defender.
And then if quarterback Mason Meyer wants to go to the air, he's got Riker Bear that he can target. He's already got 266 all-purpose yards, 2 touchdowns. He's going to be a key for the offense.
Mason has to have time to throw, and then he has to get outside the pocket. What he doesn't want to do is get in the habit of just running. He's got to trust his offensive line and then play the game.
Mentioned the offensive line and the offense for Mount Vernon. Are there any defensive keys for this Mount Vernon team?
You got to just stop. I think Mount Vernon will want to throw the ball a little bit today. If I'm Mount Vernon, I come run. I see if they can stop my run game first, and if that happens, you got a kid with Jacob Davis that has a good arm that can throw the ball for you.
New Palestine, they have started extremely quickly, and every game that they've played so far, we'll get to that in a moment. But first, we will give you the sponsors for tonight's game. First, Reynolds Farm Equipment. Reynolds Farm Equipment is a leading equipment dealer since 1955. Passion to care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. Boilermaker Local 374. Boilermakers Local 374 represents highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. Wheeler Mission, for over 125 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community. Burtner Electric, your trusted electrician partner since 1986. Morales Group, we're in business to create a better future for you and your family. Northwestern Mutual, inspiring people to repeatedly take action on their financial goals. Indiana Laborers District Council, the 12,000 Hoosiers, men and women with Laborers District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana. We're LiUNA.
You look at the new PAL coaching staff.
And lastly, IndianaSRN Sports Page. Follow the sports page every day with update news from coast to coast. Log on at IndianaSRN.org and click on our tab.
There's my first quarter. Sorry about that. Good. You notice the good coaching staff wearing shorts. Now, these guys will wear shorts from this point all the way through the playoffs. It may be freezing cold. They will never, ever put on pants. As you see the officials getting ready for the coin toss. Keys of the game for you, Graham. For New Pal, you got to get the crowd out of the game. This is a big game, big rivalry. Get the crowd out of the game. You got to score quickly. I think if you can score 2 or 3 possessions very quickly, Mount Vernon will start doubting themselves. And then you got to stop the run game. For Mount Vernon, you got to rush their quarterback. You got to make him make mistakes. Get him in the pocket. Make him throw some passes that he may not want to throw. Stop their line of scrimmage. They're big. They're up front. They'll want to get 4 or 5 yards each time. That would be crucial. And the most important thing, and it hurt them last week, is the turnovers. They cannot afford more than 1 turnover tonight in this ball game to win. I think the final score of this game could be very lopsided, but Mount Vernon can stay with it. And at crunch time, who knows what happens in this game. This is a wild game, as we know.
You mentioned for New Pal, they like to score early. Score by quarters, if we're looking at it. New Palestine has scored 28 points in the first quarter, 56 in the second.
And that's not a misprint, folks. That's exactly right.
That is not a misprint. So Mount Vernon, they really got to stay tough early if they want to stay in this ball game. But Mount Vernon, they do have an knack for scoring late. They've scored the majority of their points in that fourth quarter. So if they can stick close, then they have a chance.
Yeah, tonight's officials, as we see the officials, there has been a defer to Mount Vernon, and Mount Vernon will be getting the ball. Great officiating crew. If you're in the stands or you're watching this, the officials, we need them. Act sportsmanlike, and let's treat them like you would treat anybody else. They might be your plumber and fix your sink tomorrow. So let's be nice to the officials.
So Mount Vernon will get the ball to lead things off here today. They are 0-3 to start off this season, 0-1 in league play. Also 0-1 on their home turf, where they are tonight. It's the first time in more than 3 decades that they have started with an 0-3 record. That being said, they have started with a tougher schedule, went to Noblesville and Franklin Community, and then recently played home against Greenville Central.
And both of those teams are 5, 6, and 5A schools. They're a 4A school, so that competition will get you ready for the regular season, especially in this conference. New Pal leads this series 39-24 and 1 tie in this series. 17 miles away, folks. I'm telling you right now, the line was unbelievable tonight getting in this place. And the popcorn, don't run out of popcorn, because I'll be disappointed if I don't get my popcorn at halftime.
We're going to have to get some halftime popcorn. You also mentioned the crowd. We're seeing a lot of red across the stands.
But the other side, on the black side, it has black and gold on as well. Again, there might be Greenfield Central might be playing home tonight, and they are in Hancock County, but this is the only Hancock County that matters.
Mount Vernon getting ready to kick things off. It is Rylan Vinnard, the senior, who will be kicking it off for the black and gold.
Wouldn't it be awesome if the ball had a helium in it? The official hand you the ball and it has helium. That'd be awesome. Great tight shot there by Daniel Thacker. Daniel Thacker has an interest in this game, folks. His brother is playing in this game. So, Daniel, concentrate, and let's get going. And, Graham, welcome on the seat. Glad that you're here.
Thank you very much. And we are underway at Mount Vernon. Ball is up and back into the end zone for a touchback.
There's some adrenaline for you.
Got the nerves going.
Yes, sir.
And so New Palestine will come out onto the field with their quarterback, Jacob Davis, 6'2", about 180 pounds. The junior coming over from Springboro, Ohio, where he had a season with 965 passing yards, 7 passing touchdowns. And he had a career game with 182 yards in just one showing. He's got quite the arm, but he can also scramble really well.
He's a big kid. Good frame, 6'2", 179. The interesting thing, I think he's only a junior, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Davis back there with Raines. Raines looks to throw it on the first play, and it is not brought in by McMahon.
McMahon was going to run before he caught the ball. Good pressure there on the line of scrimmage as well, as we've played 4 seconds, and the score is tied.
It sure is. McMahon, that is going to be Jacob Davis's guy. So the cornerbacks of Mount Vernon are going to have a task on their hands today, trying to keep him down. He's a shifty wide receiver with a lot of experience. He's a senior this year. Jacob Davis, this time keeping it, will run it towards the near side and gets brought down pretty close to the line of scrimmage. Nice defensive effort there from the Marauders. And so it'll be 3rd down and 8.
Nice job by T.J. Johnson on the tackle. T.J.'s just a 5'11", 190. Nice job, senior. Crucial 3rd down play right here.
You can hear the bells sounding. Mount Vernon getting behind their team. This was a key for New Pal to shut down the crowd early. And getting a big conversion here would do so.
Wings are open.
Quick throw on the far side. It's caught, and breaking a few tackles, getting across the line to gain is New Pal. And that is number 2, Cameron Rollison. And a big play there on the screen pass. The junior moves the chains.
Nice 3-stop drop. Released it quickly, and they just couldn't seal off the end there. Want to say hello to Toby Reiser, who is watching the game tonight. Toby, glad that you're watching, and thanks for tuning in.
1st down and 10 on New Pal's 34. This time they'll hand it off. Right up the middle is Raines, and he gets brought down quickly.
It looks like New Pal wants to establish that run game tonight, Grant, and we'll see what happens.
Josh Raines, he averages just about 18 yards per carry, but has been stuffed in his first 2 attempts here in Mount Vernon. He's had back-to-back games with over 100 rushing yards as well, so he is a huge threat for this New Palestine Dragons team. They just need to try to get him going. 2nd down and 8. Blitz coming, a nice flip over to Oglesby. Oglesby near side, breaking tackles across the 50 and brought down around the 45. Nice little play there for Mason Oglesby, 6'3" sophomore.
He got a flag on the play with a hold. Late flag came in.
Very late flag. And so that great gain for New Palestine will turn into a relative loss as they'll be moving backwards.
There's the hold right there at the end. Good call by the official. Looks like number 33 got called for the hold.
33, that's Garrett Rains.
So now you go back 2nd down and 10.
It was a nice draw up there for the Dragons.
Yeah, nice release, nice downfield blocking. And you get caught, Graham. You're running downfield, and all of a sudden you just lose contain, and you got to grab the jersey a little bit to hold that one more time.
Davis going to the
nice
air this
pump.
time. Launches downfield,
By
has
itself.
a man wide open, and it's caught by Wasson. Wasson at the 10, and touchdown, New Palestine.
Wow. Wide open in the flat, no one near him. Quick scoring drive. Watch this. Look, there's the fake pump, and he's at the 35 before anybody even close near him. Nice touchdown, nice score.
No one in black was even in the area. Wasson just broke his way open, got to the far side of the field around the numbers, and waltzed right in for the first 6 of the game. Extra point is up, and it is good. Make it 7-0 for New Palestine. They lead early here in Mount Vernon. We'll be right back after the break.
To you.
Standing with us, you are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in need.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Reynolds Farm Equipment. Reynolds Farm Equipment is a leading equipment dealer serving farmers, homeowners, landscapers, and commercial contractors in and throughout Indiana. Nothing runs like a deer. Give a call today to 317-849-0810. Also sponsored is Morales Group Staffing. We're in business to create a better future for you, for your family, and for the community we share. We can match you with the right career or hire the right candidate for your company. Call us today at 317-472-7600.
Very crucial here, and I don't think Mount Vernon has to score per se, Graham, but they need to let their defense have some time, so they need at least run 4 or 5 plays in this series.
Mount Vernon out there with quarterback Mason Meyer, the sophomore, and he hands it off first play to Brogan. Brogan up the middle and cannot get very far. Jaliba Brogan, the senior running back, he was a key player for tonight's game for the Marauders. He's got 114 rushing yards per game, about 12 yards per carry. That time stuffed right at the line.
Gets 2, though. Got a false start.
Jump from the Marauders. They'll be going backwards, and that's what you can't have today if you're Mount Vernon.
Not today. You have to play very, very disciplined. There's your dead ball false start.
So Mount Vernon going backwards.
Toby Jacobs, the offensive coordinator of Mount Vernon High School, been around for a long time. Toby has won a couple state championships when he was at Indianapolis-Scecina.
There you go.
I know that very well.
Yeah, you do.
I have one of those rings.
We'll have to see that sometime.
No, it's old, really old. Here we go.
So it's 2nd and 13 after the false start penalty. And Meyer going to the air this time, has a receiver open, and he gets hit hard but doesn't go down.
Look at this. Nice.
And that is number 3, DJ Johnson.
How about DJ?
He got hit repeatedly but just refused to go down.
I love kids that will hit you before you hit them.
Yeah.
That kid probably felt that before. What the heck is this kid doing? He's supposed to be falling down.
And that's the kind of toughness you need in these rivalry games.
You bet.
You want to carry through and get a win. Got to take some hits. Blitz coming. Throw to the far side, reeled in,
Yeah.
but DJ Johnson brought down immediately.
Nice job. Caden Jacoby on the tackle.
Caden Jacoby already with 15 tackles on the season. That's his 16th. Makes quite an impact. And Mount Vernon
will now have to punt it fourth and 10.
4th and 10 will be punting it. So New Palestine will have a chance to go up quickly if they get this ball back and run it down the field.
Bad snap.
Bad snap, but punt is away. Around the 50, it's returning. New Palestine going the far side and then forced out of bounds. It's Cameron Rollison. And so New Palestine starting already with the ball inside Mount Vernon's 30.
Look at this. I mean, you hit him, and he's going to go down, and he just stays on his feet.
Another sponsor for tonight's ball game is Boilermaker Local 374. Boilermakers Local 374 represents highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. When you need a safe, dependable workforce for a new build, an upgrade, or facility maintenance, you can count on Boilermakers Union Local 374 to do your job right the first time. New Palestine starting with the ball on Mount Vernon's 28-yard line, and they go straight to the ground. Away is Rains, and Rains gets into the end zone.
Did he score, or was he stepped out of bounds?
It looks like he did. Whistle's blowing, and so they will be bringing that back. And a flag
got another
is down.
flag. Got another hold.
Holding on New Palestine.
Wow.
Second time already.
Coach is not going to like that. You have the end zone. Leave it alone. Don't grab. Let's see if we can catch it. Right there, number 11.
Number 11.
Nice job by the officials again.
That wipes away what would have been a 38-yard rushing touchdown for Josh Rains. And now, New Pal back with 1st and 15.
Well, you're shooting yourself in the foot here. I mean, you're still up 7-0. That made it 14. But you want to be crisp here.
Davis hands it off again. Rains does not get nearly as far this time. And Mount Vernon defense, they've done a good job of limiting Rains for the most part. It was just that one run that was brought back by a flag where Mount Vernon didn't get to him early.
So 2nd down and 13 here.
There's a gain of 2 on the rush for number 34 in white. Josh Rains trying to build off of those back-to-back games with 100-plus rushing yards, but not having much success so far. 2nd and 13, this time going to the air. Davis trying to scramble out of the pocket, just flips it over and has his man in Rains. Rains going through traffic and gets hit just out of bounds around the 5-yard line. Nice scrambling there from the quarterback in Davis.
Yeah, very good patience. Gets the first down, and now they'll be definitely in the red zone. Look at this. He didn't panic, just flipped the toss, and this is great, just pure great running. Want to say hello to Riley Thomason, who is watching in Arizona tonight.
Wow.
Hello, Riley. We want to welcome you, and we miss you, Riley. Riley used to work for us back in the day. Glad you're tuning in today, Riley.
Davis hands it off, Rains up the middle. He bounces off his defenders and gets into the end zone. Touchdown, New Palestine. They're up 14-0 early in Mount Vernon.
And we have not played half through this game, and this is not looking really pretty for Mount Vernon.
Well, this is what New Pal likes to do, get off to quick starts, and you can see just the resiliency there from Josh Rains bouncing off of his defenders, going around the inside.
I tell you what, Josh just created his own hole, didn't he?
He did. So Jake Wells will line it up for the extra point.
Yeah, I don't
And
think he
it-
made it. Oh, he did.
He did.
Snuck it in there.
Snuck it in. Wells is 2 for 2. And New Palestine up 14 here in Mount Vernon early.
We're not here to just sell you another piece of software and then move on. We're here to to manage that whole life cycle of not only helping you procure the licensing, but then how do you manage and monitor those licenses over time.
Collaboration is very key when working with our clients. We are very much a partnering organization, so we definitely work as a team from a sales, marketing, and delivery organization, along with our partner ecosystem to help deliver best-of-breed solutions for our partners and customers.
Partners that sell IBM licensing a lot of times are very transactional oriented, and we're here to build relationships with customers, which I think is unique.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Passion to Care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. As a prestige healthcare company, Passion to Care is driven by decades of expertise and a drive to go above and beyond. Call us today at 317-537-1811, and a nice return here from Mount Vernon, but a flag is down. No indication yet of which way this one will be going, and it is on Mount Vernon, a holding penalty. And so that is a tough start to this drive for the Marauders. They are going to start with fantastic field position. Instead, they will be brought back. Another sponsor for tonight's game is Make a Difference. Help us put more student athletes on TV by logging on to IndianaSRN.org, directing your donation to a specific school, or hit the donate button. More games, more opportunities for our kids. IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat. So Mount Vernon will start with this ball on the 10-yard line, or their 15-yard line, excuse me. And that is a tough break. After getting all the way to midfield, now you're deep in your own territory.
Yeah, it's real important now. You got to get something.
Meyer hands this ball off. Trying to get around the corner and getting taken out of bounds is DJ Johnson. DJ Johnson had that great catch in the first drive where he just battled dragon after dragon, not going down. That time he got pulled down pretty early, and it'll be 2nd and 9. Mount Vernon, we talked about how they need to establish the run game early. That's their biggest key, and that's their biggest asset is their run game. But they just haven't been able to do so far. Going to the air this time and dropped, I believe.
They're going to get an interception.
They're going to give it to him.
Wow. I thought that ball might have hit the turf.
Yeah, Gavin Joy looked like he didn't catch it initially when it hit him in the hands. But he caught it nevertheless, and it'll now be 3rd and 2.
Heritage Christian leads Eastern Hancock 7-0 early in the first quarter.
3rd and 2. They're going to hand it off, and Brogan gets brought down. It will be 4th and 2.
You cannot go for this. I think you gotta punt this ball, don't you?
Yeah, on your own 24-yard line. It'd be surprising if they went for it.
They are keeping him in.
They're keeping them all out there. Some aggressive play calling from Toby Jacobs and head coach Vince Liddy. Liddy in his 4th season with the program. He's got an overall record of 27-13. That includes a fantastic 2021 when he won Coach of the Year. Meyer snaps it, trying to run around the outside, and gets taken down in the backfield. The defense of New Palestine saw it coming and swarmed Mason Meyer in his own backfield. And that'll be a turnover on downs.
3rd time we've heard Jacoby's name on the tackle. It goes wide, and they just did not seal that in. And Jacoby on his 3rd tackle tonight with 6:15 to play in the first quarter. It's 14-0 New Pal.
New Pal taking the ball on Mount Vernon's 20. And another sponsor for tonight's ball game is Piper Logistics. For more than 2 decades, the seasoned professionals at Piper Logistics have consistently been the trusted allies of all of your inventory management, warehouse fulfillment, and transportation needs. We stand as your comprehensive logistic partner. Ride with us today at 317-396-1023.
Thanks to Greg Piper and Piper Logistics. Greg is watching in New York City tonight.
Handoff going around the inside is Rains. Rains trying to break tackles and gets brought down around the 15. Be a gain of about 4 and 5. We'd be 4 on the number, so 2nd and 6. It feels like at this point, if New Palestine can get their 20 and 21st points, it's going to be hard for Mount Vernon to come back.
Yes. This is a key defensive possession here.
Davis and Rains in the backfield once again for the Dragons. Man in motion, and Rains gets the handoff again, going up the gut, and Rains breaks a tackle, looking to get into the end zone, and gets his 2nd touchdown of the day. New Palestine, unstoppable.
Made it look easy. It makes it look really easy in this quarter of play.
We know that they like to score early and often. They've scored 28 points in the first quarter alone.
There's 1 broken tackle, 2 or 3 broken tackles. Just big kid running north-south. See if this extra point will be a little bit different than the last one.
The last one just squeaked over the bar. And it's a bad snap. They're going for the fake. Trying to scramble away is Davis. Davis trying to make things happen. Throws it to the end zone. And he does not have a man. Wasson had a chance but could not bring it down. So New Palestine cannot add to their 20-point mark.
There's a scramble. This is a nice throw off the back foot, and he just couldn't get that foot down.
That was Evan Privet of Mount Vernon making the big hit on Wasson so that he couldn't reel it in. Another sponsor for tonight's ball game is Dynamark. Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years, Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service. Call today at 317-328-2555. Also brought to you by Officially Human. Our mission is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on the fields and courts. Do your part, practice good sportsmanship. If we don't have officials, we can't play. And by IndianaSRN Sports Page. Wall-to-wall sports news coverage every day. High school, college, pro sports, we have it all. Check it out, IndianaSRN.org, and click on the Sports Page tab. Stay informed with the IndianaSRN Sports Page. New Palestine kicking things off. It's a short kick this time, and it's dropped around the 20. New Palestine gets on top of it, and they will get the ball at Mount Vernon's 26-yard line. And the nightmare continues for the Marauders.
And you're right about this. Look at this. This is a great smart play. He pooched it up high, end over end. He's got it here and just went right through his arms. And number 12 comes up and recovers that ball. Desmond Palmer on the recovery.
And that was Jaliba Brogan, who could not reel it in. So New Palestine with the ball on Mount Vernon's 27. And they have a chance to make this a big deficit with 5:30 still remaining in the first quarter.
We want to thank Robert and the Grill for sponsoring our scoreboard tonight.
Long throw towards the end zone, and he's got his man. It's Austin McMahon, the superstar wide receiver, finding the connection with Jacob Davis to get the 26th point of the ball game for New Palestine.
Look at this. Look at this step. He almost stumbled off the back foot, caught it on the highest point. I don't know if you ever played football, but I've coached it. You want to catch it at a high point, bring it all the way down, and make sure you maintain it, because the turf can cause you a little shuffle there. So
you said when we first got here that the connection between Davis and McMahon is uncanny.
Yeah.
That kid will catch anything.
He goes after it.
And that is just an unbelievable play. It was Connor Willever who was trying to stop McMahon, and they could not do it. New Palestine deciding to go for 2 here after the failed extra point try. Davis looking to throw quickly, has his man on the outside, and it's caught for the 2 points. Eli Wasson, the 6'4" senior, wide open in the end zone. And he uses his height to reel that in for 28 points now. New Palestine up big early in Mount Vernon.
Piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements and top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com. Get a gator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose reliability. A guaranteed great customer experience and relationship from the moment you walk in. Come in and see for yourself or visit reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
New Palestine is off and running in Mount Vernon as they lead the Marauders 28-0 with 5.5 minutes left in the first quarter.
There's that pooch kick again.
Another intentionally short kick and a nice effort this time for Mount Vernon to reel it in.
Somebody must have watched Mount Vernon last week, because Mount Vernon, someone saw that Mount Vernon probably has a hard time recovering those kickoffs. Now, and you know this, Graham, you have to score here.
Yeah.
You cannot go 4 and out, 3 and out. You got to score here. You got to have something.
And it feels like it's got to come from the run game, because they haven't really established much of one.
And their passing game, because their receivers haven't been really open, and we've only seen them throw the ball twice today so far.
And they're going back to the air here. Long one down the far side, and it's caught around the 50-yard line by DJ Johnson.
And they got a first down, so that helps you a little bit.
DJ Johnson has made some great plays already today for Mount Vernon. Feels like he could be the guy to get this team going.
So that's a nice throw.
And DJ Johnson just elevating to get up there and make that snag. So quick first down for the Marauders. And this time they'll give it to the ground. It's Brogan going to the near side and pulled down at the 50.
Got a grill scoreboard update. Heritage Christian and Eastern Hancock, that's on our sister station. They're tied at 7 in the first quarter. Thank you very much to Robert and the fine folks at Aspen Creek Grill. Great place to eat. Be a great place to go see after the game tonight. Go watch some games late and go to the grill.
It is 28-0 here in Mount Vernon. New Palestine has gotten off to a fiery start. But Mount Vernon trying to find some momentum, and we will get a whistle and a timeout. Timeout Mount Vernon, the first of the ball game. And we will take a quick break. We'll be right back with you.
Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Mount Vernon back and trying to find momentum on their home turf, and there's a nice play on 2nd and 9.
Ball was deflected in the air, and a good received catch by number 10.
Gavin Joy on the reception from Mason Meyer, the quarterback.
Shout out to Gavin as he retweeted all of our tweets this week. Good job, young man.
So it's 3rd and 5, very important third down here As the Marauders, they got into a quick first down on this drive, trying to keep momentum going. They hand it off right up the middle, and they are stuffed. Brogan unable to find a hole, and New Palestine just not allowing the runner to go anywhere.
Graham, let me ask you a question. Did you see what's running?
The clock.
That's important for Mount Vernon to realize that.
Yeah. 3.5 minutes. The clock is running, and they are going for it, it looks like, on 4th and 4.
This is the second time they have gone for it.
New Palestine bringing some extra rushers, and the throw is off the mark. And second turnover on downs, as Meyer could not find DJ Johnson for that little screen pass.
Meyer saw number 52 coming after him. That's Michael Thacker, and Michael Thacker made him probably throw that ball maybe 4 or 5 seconds, a lot sooner than he would have thrown that ball. Michael Thacker, folks, good kid, 6 foot, 268 pounds, senior, good athlete. Going to Ball State.
That's right, going to Muncie.
Be a Cardinal next year, play with his brother.
There you go. He's already got 2 sacks on this season. Meyer did not want to be the third.
No.
I think we can say that. So New Palestine will take over on their own 45. Meyer fakes the handoff, looking deep downfield, and he has got all the time in the world, scrambling, trying to get out, and he cannot.
Now, the worst thing that he did was take the sack, throw that ball, get rid of that ball, because now you're our second and forever.
Tackle was made by 53, Preston Fox. And a nice second effort. You can see Fox getting through, and now quarterback spins behind himself, rolls right into that tackle. And a rare mistake there. Second and 30 now. Running back breaks a couple tackles, but Raines is brought down. So it'll be 3rd and long for New Palestine. And it looks like Raines might have gotten banged up in the process. And so Raines down for the moment. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with the blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there is just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have.
The running back, Josh Raines, got up and off the field on his own power. Walked off with a coach. That's a big piece for this offense as the Palestine Dragons advancing here with Oglesby, but there's a flag down.
Yeah, got a late flag again. It is in the, yeah, so this might be holding once again. Yep. Man, I tell you, holding penalties will kill you. As a coaching staff, first of all, you're up 28-0. You're playing very, very well. And then you've had now 3 big-time holding penalties. Now, you've overachieved, and you still have scored. But these things late in the year, I mean, this is week 4, correct?
Yeah.
You only got 5 more weeks to get things sharpened up, because if you lose week 10, you're done. We got a timeout. We'll take a break.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
What do you call for 3rd and 27?
I think the Hail Mary.
Okay, we'll see.
If you're New Palestine, it looks like they are going to go to the air. Scrambling out of traffic is Davis. Davis just going to have to run it now. And he is getting through his defenders. Brought down around the 50. And that will be short of the line to gain, but he got a lot closer to it than you would have thought.
Well, then let me ask you a question. You're up 28-0. It's 4th down and 4? Do you go for this here?
I think you do.
I think you do too.
I mean,
well, he's going to punt.
Looks like they're bringing out the punting team. Good job there from the quarterback taking the hit.
What you have to do for Mount Vernon, though, is you cannot jump off sides here. So you got to watch the hut.
Yeah. Watch the hard count.
That's what I was looking for.
It is Jake Wells punting it deep downfield, and that one bouncing inside the 20-yard line. So Mount Vernon will start their offense on their own 16.
Hey, don't forget to watch college football. It starts tomorrow right here on IndianaSRN and our friends at IHSAA.TV. It's Rose Holman taking on Trine University. Game time 7, pregame 6:50. Troy Dergowski on the call tomorrow night, kicking off our 12 college football season right here on IndianaSRN. Join us, will you? Those are fun. Friday nights are a lot of fun, but Saturday afternoon football is a lot of fun.
Meyer hands this one off. Brogan gets pulled down early.
Thacker on the play, along with number 2. We'll also give Austin McMahon a part of that. Look at that young man. Look, just pulled him off.
And so it'll be 2nd down and 13 for the Marauders. As the clock is winding down, only about 30 seconds left in this first quarter. Meyer hands it off. Going back around the outside is Brogan. Brogan beats his tacklers, breaks through some tackles, and gets to about the 25-yard line. He's about a yard short. And the clock will wind all the way down to 0 on this first quarter. But it is 3rd and 1 for Mount Vernon on their own 25. But it has been a dominant first quarter by New Palestine. They lead 28-0 here in Mount Vernon.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
It's time for the Chuck Levine trivia question. Are you ready for this?
Let's hear it.
How many points did New Pal score in the first quarter? Was it 28, 29, or 30?
Did I go first?
Yeah, you can go first.
I'm going to say 28.
You're exactly right.
Oh.
Chuck Levine's easy trivia question every week right here on IndianaSRN.
Second quarter of action, and Meyer will keep it on the first play, trying to get the 1-yard line to gain. And he is pulled down pretty immediately. And another stop from New Palestine's defense. They're not letting the Marauders get anything going. And we talked about how the Dragons had to get the crowd out of it early if they wanted to get a win, and they sure have done that.
They've done that very well.
Mount Vernon going for it again, it seems like. Oh, no, they will punt it.
Where'd that ball go? That went straight up in the air. Good roll here.
No one for New Palestine was back there to get it. They thought they were going for it on 4th and 4. But instead, they go with the punt, and New Palestine will bring out their offense around the 45-yard line.
We are at the end of the first quarter. Heritage Christian and Eastern Hancock tied at 7-7. That Eastern Hancock team very, very competitive this season, and Heritage Christian always very good. It's their homecoming night, so I know one thing for sure is we will get home a little bit earlier than the guys at Heritage Christian because of their homecoming.
Homecoming, always a fun time, though.
I got to kiss the queen. Say hi to all the guys that graduated back in the past.
First down and 10 for the Dragons. They lead 28-0. Got off to a fiery start here in Mount Vernon. And there will be a timeout called by the Dragons, their first of the night. And so we will take a quick break here in Mount Vernon. We'll be right back.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
Other games going on in Indiana tonight, of a slew of high school football games. We'll check that on our next play out.
First and 10 for New Palestine as they try to increase their lead against the Marauders. Jacob Davis, the quarterback, has had a fantastic night already. Looking to increase that as he tosses this one to the right. Moving around tacklers and trying to get some space, but cannot do so is number 4, Jaden Jacobia.
There's games going on. Trinity Lutheran of Louisville taking on Carmel. Also, South Decatur and Crawfordsville playing tonight. Park Tudor and Fremont. Lawrence North and North Central. Bishop Chatard and Cathedral, that is on our sister station. And Golden Eagles are playing, the Guerin Golden Eagles are playing Buff. More games and more scores coming thanks to Grill.
Second and 12 for the Dragons. In the backfield is Rudy Hubbard. 5'8", 117 pounds for number 22 in white. They're not going to hand it off to him here, but he gives a nice block, long shot downfield, and Davis has his man at the numbers, breaking a tackle. Getting into the end zone is McMahon.
And again, so much time, and McMahon just broke and just shade off. There's the block by the running back. That saved you a little bit. But watch this. Catch the ball. Arm tackles will not get it done in high school football in the state of Indiana. Touchdown, New Pal.
McMahon using that height and length, coming in at 6'2", and he just stiff-armed his defender, brought him straight to the ground, and waltzed into the end zone. Jake Wells looking to make it a 35-0 score. And he puts it right through the uprights. New Palestine up big in this second quarter. And we will be right back here on IndianaSRN.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
You want a piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements and top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
New Palestine dominating the battle for the boundary rail. A contest that has been going on between these two teams since 1968.
I was 8.
You were 8.
I was 8.
New Palestine has dominated it. So they've got another short kick. The Marauders able to reel that one in safely and brought down around their own 37.
You got to get your hats off to the New Pal student section. They have a sign over on the other side. I don't know if you've seen it. It says 9/11 we'll never forget.
Yeah.
That is class. Those kids, look at that. That is spirit. That is awesome. It's also the national anthem birthday tomorrow. Francis Scott's Key and the national anthem's birthday is tomorrow.
There you go.
So pretty cool.
And you can see that New Pal student section and just fan section showing out in general. A lot of red over there in the stands. Mount Vernon bringing the runner on the near side and getting tackled pretty quickly is Joliba Brogan.
IndianaSRN is your sports leader. We have high school football all night. We got big games tonight. Don't forget the college game and volleyball. And we kick off our volleyball college season next week as well as Chuck and the crew heads to Rose-Hulman on Wednesday. We want to welcome Hannah Corey to our new broadcaster on IndianaSRN. A lot of IU people on our broadcast.
There you go. Fake the throw is Meyer, bouncing to the outside and just has to go out of bounds. Some good pressure from the tackles of New Palestine. And when you've got Michael Thacker as one of your defensive tackles, it's going to be hard to get your quarterback to feel safe, as he's going to be doing a lot of scrambling. Getting a look at Thacker there. 6-foot senior, committed to Ball State.
Look how high. I mean, those are high. Those are wrestling boots, my friend. Those things are really high.
Straight out of the WWE.
Yeah, well, Chuck is a professional wrestler.
Oh, there you go. Long drop for Meyer. He's trying to get away from trouble and just has to throw it away. Meyer putting his arms up in frustration.
Let me ask you a question. If you had a guy 6'2" and 265 pounds, would you not want to throw that ball away?
I would, yeah.
I think so.
That's a good point.
Yep.
And quick.
Yep.
Thacker, he's got some good speed there as well.
I hear his little brother Daniel taught him everything he knew.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Two peas in a pod, the Thacker brothers.
That's right. Well, there's I stand corrected. He just said in my ear, I'm older than he is.
The older brother.
Okay.
4th and 11. And Mount Vernon not hiding any fake this time. They're punting it away.
Timeout.
First, Mount Vernon will take their third and final timeout of the first half, and we will take a quick break with them.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.indianasrn.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
We never really realize how much we depend on electricity until the power goes out. Get those lights back on when you choose the certified electricians at Bertner Electric Incorporated. Locally owned and operated, we are a member of the Better Business Bureau and provide only the highest quality of customer service. For more information, give us a call today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you
Back in Mount Vernon, Thacker predicting a fake punt, and it will not come this time.
Oh, that ball. Did that ball hit? Did that ball deflect off? It went out of bounds, right?
It did.
Okay.
Daniel Thacker, cameraman tonight for this broadcast, thinking that would be a fake punt. Unfortunately, was not for him.
You know, it's pretty cool. We got Daniel Thacker on our camera. We got Sticks up there as well today. Chuck with us tonight. You know, popcorn will taste really good at halftime. Tonight at halftime, we'll look at it, the IndianaSRN polls for class 6 through 1. We'll also go through some scores for you and a lot more for you. Stay tuned for the Grill halftime show right here on IndianaSRN.
Still 9.5 minutes left in this first half. As the New Palestine offense out there with a nice flip and going to the far side, trying to break tackles and get room, and is getting room is Oglesby, but he's brought down.
And for the 5th time tonight, there's a hold. Is that, am I correct? I think that is correct. That's the fifth hold.
And
my goodness.
5th holding on New Palestine.
And you know, you as a coach, people will say, why are you disappointed? Well, because you want excellence. You know, and I think it took my kids a long time when I coached, especially volleyball. Well, why do we have to always be good? Because you want the best. You want to put the best foot forward. Because when it comes down to crunch time, because in a close ball game, these 15-yard penalties will cost you, because you're up to almost 70 yards of penalties.
So it's 1st and 15 now instead of 2nd and a couple. Davis, looking far downfield. He's got his man, and does he make the catch? No.
Oh, they called it incomplete.
They
hit
called
the ground.
It incomplete.
Good call by the official right there. And he knew it. He looked at the official and knew he did not argue.
And it was Austin McMahon once again, that 1-2 punch between Davis and McMahon.
He has it here.
Oh.
Yeah, he dropped it on the way down. Yes.
Looked like he might have had control for a split second, but when he made contact with that hard ground, it just bobbled it loose. So the deep shot incomplete for New Palestine. It'll be 2nd and 15 on their own 37. Quick throw near side, caught, and spinning away from traffic, trying to get through, and going out of bounds is Cameron Rollison.
He might have just got the first down.
He did.
Sure did. Got it by the ball.
Cameron Rollison has made some nice snags in this ball game for the Dragons.
Look at this downfield blocking. He got most of that on his own, though, didn't he?
Broke quite a few tackles. And that's the biggest measurement of how good as a defense is. Can you bring down your offensive player on your first contact? And this time Mount Vernon will, bringing down the runner and Rudy Hubbard in the backfield.
Robinson on the tackle. Brandon Robinson, 10th grader. 5'11", 260. Look at this pancake. You'll get a little sticker on your helmet for that one.
So
yeah, picked him up afterwards. Here, buddy, let me dust you off.
Rudy Hubbard had to come in for Josh Raines, who got beaten up on one play late in the first quarter. And so Hubbard has been in there ever since, still in the backfield. Throw over to the far side. Breaking a tackle is Oglesby. And Oglesby about to the first down. And they'll call him just short. It'll be 3rd and 1. Oglesby coming into this ball game leading the team in receptions with 10. Averages about 15 yards per catch. He had 6 catches against Kokomo. He was really an offensive weapon in that game. 1 touchdown on the season.
New New Pal has played one game short because of the Lightning game. Did not make up their game against Decatur Central.
Running up the gut and getting the first down is Josh Raines, who's coming back into the ball game.
Yeah, good to see him come back.
Yeah.
You look at the HHC standings, you got New Pal in first place, Delta in second, Greenfield second, Greenfield in third, Pendleton Heights in fourth, Yorktown, Shelbyville, Newcastle, and then Mount Vernon. HCC, a tough conference. I know, Graham, you're not from Indiana, but a very tough conference to play very, very good football.
Not from around, but you can tell from the atmosphere here that it means a lot to both of these teams.
You bet.
First and 10, dropping way back is Davis. Avoiding traffic, just having to get rid of it.
Well, the girl in the camera should have caught the ball, but she did not. That time, he did not give up the sack.
Yeah.
He threw it away, got to get it past the line of scrimmage. Good job. I mean, Mount Vernon defensively, these last couple of stops have been pretty effective.
Yeah. It was just early in that first quarter. New Palestine got off to a rocket start, which is what they're known for this season.
Well, you said they averaged 28 in the first quarter. They did that, but they averaged 56 in the second, so they have slowed down a little bit there.
Second and 10, going to the air again. This time it's caught by Rollison. And Rollison brought down quickly by Evan Privet.
Gain 3, 3rd and 7.
And this is just about as big of a stop as you could get for Mount Vernon. They need about every stop that they can get at this point against the Dragons. They trail 35-0, 6.5 remaining in this first half. Josh Raines in the backfield once again. Davis.
Blitz.
Scanning, getting rid of the ball upfield, and he does not have his man. Some great defense from Mount Vernon and Colton Anderson. Anderson just got a hand in there, swatted it away. But a good look for Jacob Davis. Just couldn't quite make that connection, as you see there. Anderson with a great defensive effort. And so 4th and 7 for New Palestine. And Jacob Davis and his offense still out there. New Palestine going for it on 4th and 7. Davis scanning, launching downfield, and too high. Turnover on downs as McMahon could not reel it in.
Usually he makes those catches, couldn't bring it in. So down on downs here is Mount Vernon.
It's the first time that Mount Vernon has forced New Palestine to either give up the ball or just even punt it, as they have not done that at all tonight. And so a good first stop for Mount Vernon. The Dragons trying to reel things back in against the Dragons. Meyer fakes the handoff, scrambling, trying to get away from everyone in white. Looking downfield and just has to throw it away.
Threw it to the line judge.
Yeah, just more unrelenting pressure from New Pal.
And, you got to give that sack. It's not a sack, but you got to give that to your secondary for New Pal. Yep. Coverage sack is what it's called. Thank you. I would call that the white sack. White Castle sack?
White Castle sack?
Yeah, there you go.
We'll have to make a petition to get it renamed.
No, I don't think that will ever work.
That won't go?
Here we go.
2nd and 10, looking to the air again. Quick throw, and it's caught by Mount Vernon.
Nice little screen pass.
That was DJ Johnson on the reception. And it will be 3rd and 2 for Mount Vernon. DJ Johnson feels like he's been everywhere The rushing game for Mount Vernon is what they've been known for early in this season, but DJ Johnson making an effort in the air. Here's a run down the near side at the numbers, and scrambling is Brogan.
Did he get it?
And
he
Brogan did get it for 1st and 10. And that's how Mount Vernon needs to just play their game.
Grind the clock, just keep possession of the game. At this point of the game, with 5:15 to play, you just want not to give the ball back to New Palestine.
Fresh set of downs, and we've got a flag.
You got a false start. That's a great call. I know it's 35-0, but Graham, when you line up and you drop your hands, that's motion. I think the officials have really done a nice job of trying to clean things up, because this score, to be honest with you, is kind of lopsided, and this could get out of hand. They're letting the kids play, but defensively, good sportsmanship has been shown here too.
1st and 15, and launching it downfield is Meyer, and Meyer can't find his man. Mason Meyer just looks incredibly uncomfortable in the pocket. The defensive line of New Pal has been unrelenting on the sophomore.
The one thing about Mason Meyer is he becomes a sophomore. The bad thing is he becomes a junior and then he becomes a senior. I hated my seniors become seniors.
2nd and 15 on their own 35. They'll hand it off this time. Cutting up to the inside is Brogan. And Brogan getting a few, maybe 4 or 5 on the play.
Nice little moves. Other games going on today, Cathedral and Chittard. We have the Heritage Christian Eastern Hancock game, and Covenant Christian and Lutheran. And Evansville Memorial taking on Modern Day tonight. That is a huge game down in Evansville.
3rd down and 11. Clock still running in the 2nd quarter here. Meyer, deep drop, looking deep downfield. He's got a man down there, and it's nearly picked off.
That's great defense and great coverage.
Connor Jacobia just could not quite reel it in. But it will still be 4th down and 11 for the Marauders as we get a second look.
This is a nice play by Joy. Just didn't outrun. Got to get one more step maybe.
So 4th down and 11. Mount Vernon not showing the punt formation, but they've done this once before where they do go for a punt. They won't here. Quick throw to the outside and nearly picked off again. Elijah Lissod. Nearly getting to that football.
He was going to almost said bingo to go, didn't he?
He did.
So New Pal will take over in downs.
New Pal taking over on downs. 4 minutes left. And disclaimer, today's broadcast is a copyright production of IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Any use of audio or video without the express written permission of IndianaSRN and the IHSAA is strictly prohibited.
You know what that means?
The IHSAA?
Oh, no, prohibited.
Prohibited.
You're an IU grad, you know. Well, almost a grad.
Almost grad. I'm working as hard as I can. I'm trying to get there.
I understand. They want you as quick out there as quick as possible as well.
1st and 10 for New Pal. And they hand it off going around the near side. And out of bounds for a nice gain is Rains. Nice to see Josh Rains back out there on the field. Suffered an injury late in the 1st quarter, but was able to walk off on his own will.
Look at this straight arm. Whoop. So, Graham, you're from Los Angeles, is that correct?
That's correct.
So, how's football on Friday nights in L.A.?
It's not nearly as competitive throughout the state as it is here, but there are some places where it's very competitive. Fake the handoff. This time Davis taking it himself, breaking some tackles, and brought down around the 20.
You know, you got the L.A. connection. Chuck has his little connection out from San Francisco area, the Bay Area. And Daniel and I are just two Indiana boys enjoying Friday night football.
I was very lucky. I went to a high school that did have good football. So there was a lot of fun Friday nights out there in Westlake Village where I went to school, but the competition between some of these Midwest teams is just unrivaled. First down and 10 on Mount Vernon's 21. Davis hands it off.
Oh,
Raines
what a block.
breaking through and getting into the end zone.
Goodness gracious, the block that was made at the line of scrimmage to open up that hole. Jerry Collins could have went through it.
Josh Raines with back-to-back games of 100-plus rushing yards.
Look at this. Look at this block right here. That is great. It's number 75. Who is that? That's nice block by
Brock Brownfield.
That got a great name, Brock. Thank you so much. I'm trying my best today.
Extra point coming from Wells, and Wells puts it right down Broadway. So New Palestine leads 42-0 here late in the second quarter.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
3:13 left in this second quarter. New Palestine with a big advantage over Mount Vernon in the battle for the boundary rail. And New Palestine, they have held the boundary rail and the HHC victory bell since 2021. It was the last time that Mount Vernon won. And they are looking to keep it once again. Short kickoff from New Pal, and Mount Vernon trying to bring it back to around the 40 and will. Mount Vernon, we've talked a lot about their run game, but it has been really quiet here tonight. Jaliba Brogan, the running back. Last season, he was a junior All-State and All-Conference running back with 700-plus rushing yards and 1,900-plus all-purpose yards. He is extremely dangerous when he can get into quick and shifty situations, but he just hasn't found that here today.
That's correct. So if you're Mount Vernon here, you want to run the whole entire 3 minutes and 8 seconds. You really don't want to give it up to New Pal anymore this half. Don't forget, at halftime, we'll take a look at the IndianaSRN poll. Talk to Chuck Levine as well, and also some scores.
First down, hand it off, and stuffed at the line of scrimmage is Brogan.
We'll give Graham some time to refresh.
And Michael Thacker on the tackle.
I like the sportsmanship as well. Picked him up. I mean, get up, Bigham. Let's do it again.
Thacker leading this team with 19 tackles, and he's made quite a few more here today against Mount Vernon. No sacks on the day. He's already got 2 this season, trying to add to his 27.5 sack total. Mason Meyer, the quarterback for the Marauders, done a good job to get that ball out or just get out of trouble when Thacker's in the area. And a flag. Looks like we might have another false start.
False start, yep.
Those false start penalties have been killing both sides here today.
The false start penalty for Mount Vernon, and I would think the holding penalties, if I'm New Pal's coaching staff, goes in and say, hey, we need to clean up the holding penalties. But we go back 5 here.
So it'll be 2nd and 15 on Mount Vernon's 33-yard line. And they're just trying to draw something up, get out of trouble as the clock is winding down around the 2:15 mark. Meyer takes the snap, trying to get out of trouble, trying to escape everyone he can, and he cannot. as he's brought down by no one else but Michael Thacker.
I think that's his 4th tackle of the night.
It might be. He has been everywhere for this New Palestine team.
Look how he shakes off the defender right there. And then boom. Hello. My name is Michael.
Coming out of nowhere was Thacker. Meyer didn't have eyes on him at all. Thacker lined up there, top of the screen, now coming back down. Quick throw, and Mount Vernon fumbles the football. New Palestine all over it, but they can't get their hands on it and finally do.
Just, you know, we teach our kids, if the ball gets on the ground, don't try to pick it up, just fall on it. It's okay, it's not going to hurt you.
New Pal recovers the fumble, nearly lost it.
Here's the fumble right here. This you don't try to pick it up, just fall on it.
Fumble recovered by Caden Jacobia. He's had a good impact in this game, good impact over the season already with 15 tackles coming into this ball game. 5'10" junior. Gets his offense back out there on the field.
Heritage Christian leads 21-13 with 3:33 to go in the second quarter, thanks to the grill. And also down in Evansville, pop-up shower just happened in Memorial. Memorial leads 14-3. They are in a weather delay.
Nice run for New Pal. And it's Josh Raines taking it far enough for the first down. And the Dragons will call timeout, stop the clock.
No, the clock is stopped because it changed. It will start again.
Correction there, no timeout from New Palestine. Quick snap looking to the far side, Davis. And going out of bounds is McMahon. New Palestine moving quickly, under a minute left. Trying to add to that 42-0 lead here in Mount Vernon. It's 2nd and 1 for New Pal. As Davis hands it off, going up the middle is Raines. Raines going to the outside, trying to get into the end zone. He'll leap for the pylon.
Did he get there?
And he did not, just short.
Looks like he's going to be right at the 2.
Call him down at the 2-yard line.
Look at this effort. He was flying like Superman.
Just that right knee hit the ground. It stops him 2 yards short. Raines still in the backfield, and they'll hand it off to him. He bulldozes his way into the end zone. Touchdown, New Pal.
That is the rubber stamp done.
Putting the dagger in Mount Vernon is New Palestine. And look at that, just bulldozing his way into the end zone.
I would assume that in the second half, Mount Vernon, New Pal will play a lot of substitutions. You do not want anybody hurt on week 4.
Jake Wells putting the kick up and good. 49-0 New Palestine. And we will take one more break before the end of the first half.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
back in Mount Vernon as number 1 New Palestine leads Mount Vernon in the second quarter. Another short kick. Marauders take it to about their own 47.
Eastern Hancock and Heritage Christian. Heritage Christian scores again with 1:04 left in the first half, 28-13. It is 49-0 here. Madison Grant leads Oak Hill 30-12. Southmont leads Frankfort 21-0. We'll have lots of halftime scores. Chuck Levine and the IndianaSRN top 5 polls for you at halftime. Thanks to the Grill for bringing us the game tonight. 5 more games for you next week. I think we have 3 volleyball games in store and college football. We'll talk with Chuck about college football kicking off tomorrow on our networks.
1st and 10 at the 37. Long throw downfield, and that is picked off around the 30. Going the other way is the Dragons, and out of bounds around the Mount Vernon 40-yard line. Connor Jacobia with the pick late in this second quarter, and that is his second interception of the season already.
That's double coverage there. That's just tough.
Connor Jacobia, the 5'10" junior.
He could be the start of the game. We got a late flag. Got 2 late flags. See what the officials are going to call. They're going to call maybe unsportsmanlike conduct here.
They're pointing towards New Pal's side.
Helmet-to-helmet contact. 15-yard penalty. You want to protect the noggin. The new helmets, though, have you seen the inside of the new football helmet?
No.
Pretty impressive. I mean, yes, you can still get concussions, but the technology that Simpson and a lot of manufacturer has come up with have been fantastic for this. The safety of this game is really, really good.
30 seconds left. 1st and 10 at the 43 for New Pal. Davis all the time in the world trying to find an open man, and he just has to get rid of it. Defense of the Marauders closing down on Jacob Davis. He just had to toss it out the far sideline.
Great coverage sack.
Jacob Davis, in first game for New Pal, he delivered 3 touchdowns to 3 different wide receivers, which was the first time that has ever happened in New Pal school history. Does a good job of spreading around the football, getting all his players involved, as it looks like they'll just take a knee here to end the first half. And so New Palestine with a dominant first half of play against their rival, Mount Vernon, in the battle for the boundary rail. They go into the break leading 49-0 here in Mount Vernon.
Now, if you're new to the game of high school football in the state of Indiana, because of the 35-0 or 49-0 score as we have here, the clock in the second half will not stop. It will be a running clock for the whole entire second half. That wraps it up for halftime for us. Don't forget to join our halftime show. We'll be back in a couple minutes with that. Chuck Levine will join us at the desk with a lot more things for you right here at halftime. Score 49-0.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Bertner Electric Incorporated is fully licensed and bonded electrical contractor for your protection. Our electricians are available 24/7 for service calls and specialize in electrical service and storm damage repair. For more information, give us a call today.
Get a gator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose reliability. The guaranteed great customer experience and relationship from the moment you walk in. Come in and see for yourself or visit reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
To you. Standing with us. You are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in
need. We're not here to just sell you another piece of software and then move on. We're here to manage that whole life cycle of not only helping you procure the licensing, but then how do you manage and monitor those licenses over time?
Collaboration is very key when working with our clients. We are very much a partnering organization, so we definitely work as a team from a sales, marketing, and delivery organization, along with our partner ecosystem to help deliver best-of-breed solutions for our partners and customers.
Partners that sell IBM licensing a lot of times are very transactional oriented, and we're here to build relationships with customers, which I think is unique.
We're back at halftime. You see the score 49-0, Mount Vernon over New Pal over Mount Vernon. Thank you for joining us. It is the Grill halftime show. With us in the booth is Chuck Levine. Chuck been with us 3 years, started as play-by-play, now is one of our executive producers. And, you know, you look at a game like this, Chuck, and you got to look for positive thing. If you're Mount Vernon, what do you tell your kids there at halftime?
Yeah, you know, in a game like this, you just sort of have to look for the positive. So work on, find something to work on. You guys have talked a lot in the first half about trying to establish a run game. Obviously, that hasn't been quite so fruitful yet. So just trying to work on, those types of plays. Just hammer out the things that didn't maybe go so well in practice. Obviously, it's not as competitive in the second half, especially with the running clock. So here you really just got to focus on getting your good reps in.
IndianaSRN starts their college season for the third time for the IHSAA. I know you've been working behind the scenes, getting everything ready, and you're sending a crew down tomorrow. And I know then Wednesday you head down with the volleyball coverage. Talk a little bit about the IHSAA coverage and the IndianaSRN partnership.
Yeah, absolutely. So when I first started with SRN, we were mostly just covering the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference as doing their playoffs and postseason tournaments. And after my first time doing I believe I was doing their volleyball tournament, and after that they ordered the rest of their tournaments to be on SRN, and then my second year we really started doing more in-season coverage, getting to go down to schools like Franklin, Rose-Hulman. Let's see. I mean, we went just about everywhere. We went Hanover for soccer, Anderson.
Defiance.
Defiance.
Yeah, we did the gamut, that's for sure.
Yeah, we really go all over the place. We cover, just about every sport that they let us cover. I've worked events. Obviously, I work more on the ones and twos, as we like to call it over here. But I've been able to, be at different track events, indoor and outdoor. Of course, we worked a bunch of football games, and we'll get our football coverage underway pretty soon here. I'm excited for that.
And you got to go down to Transylvania and see the national championship team a couple times last year.
Yeah, of course. Transylvania, always a lovely host for us. We've been down there a few times for softball and for volleyball, a bunch of other sports. They're just a great relationship that we've been able to work out with all the schools and in the IHSAA, and just great hosts.
Talk a little bit about it. If there's someone listening, watching tonight, we have young kids all the time coming up to us in the booth. How do I break into the broadcasting rank? You broke into Butler as a graduate of Butler College, and IU has a partnership with us as well this season. A young man wants, or a young girl wants to be on the production side. Is this a great place to start for those young kids?
Absolutely. IndianaSRN is the perfect place to cut your teeth doing anything production-wise. We have a great environment here, just, where we can help build you up. It's been a great environment for me to learn, to grow, and just to improve my skills. You'll learn just a lot more being in the environment. I've learned a lot coming from California, sort of like one of our broadcasters today, Graham. I didn't know very much, and I still don't know very much about Indiana high school sports, and every time I'm out here, it's just another chance for me to learn and pick more things up and sort of feel more accustomed to being a Hoosier.
We took Chuck away from the WWE, and he has retired from that. And Chuck, you do a great job. We're going to take a break. When we come back, as you see the Mount Vernon marching band, we'll have some halftime scores. We'll take a look at the IndianaSRN polls as well, football polls. More to come after this.
Piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements and top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com. Get a gator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose reliability. A guaranteed great customer experience and relationship from the moment you walk in. Come in and see for yourself or visit reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Back at halftime, score 49-0 as you see the marching band doing their performance. I'm sure they will be in their band competition coming up in a couple of weeks. So let's take a look at the IndianaSRN polls. We'll look at 1A, North Judson number 2, North Judson number 1, Providence 2, Carroll Flora 3, Monroe Central 4, and North Judson 5. In 2A, Indianapolis Lutheran, who is in action against Covenant tonight, number 1, Lafayette Central Catholic, Eastern Hancock and Heritage Christian are 3 and 4. That will be determined tonight. And North Posey, number 5. In 3A, Gibson Southern, number 1, Evansville Memorial and Raindale, they are number 2. Gering Catholic, number 3. We will see them in 2 weeks. Fort Wayne Lords is number 4, and West Lafayette, number 5. We'll take a break. We'll come through 4 through 6 right after this 30-second timeout.
Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Thanks for the Grill for sponsoring our halftime show. There you see the Mount Vernon Marauder marching band. We want to thank them as well. We'll continue with our IndianaSRN football poll. In 4A, New Pal, and we can see why they are number one. Bishop Chatard, who is playing Cathedral this evening, Evansville Rights, which is playing Memorial down in Evansville, Greenfield Central number 4, and Leo number 5. In 5A, Whiteland number 1, Maryville 2, East Central 3, Valparaiso 4, and a very good Lafayette Jeff team is number 5. In 6A, Brownsburg's number 1. We saw them last week. Westfield, Warren Central, Crown Point, and Hamilton Southeastern. As Chuck joins us again here at halftime, and we looked at some halftime score, Chuck, and not really big surprises. Central Catholic leads Twin Lakes 21-21. They're in the fourth quarter. Madison Grant leads the Golden Eagles of Oak Hill 30-12. Frankfort's behind against Sophomore 21-0. The Golden Bears of Shelbyville is down to Newcastle 14-0. Clinton Central and Sheridan Blackhawks leads 21-6. Delphi and Carroll of Flora 13-12. Whiteland 14, Franklin 14. Greencastle and South Putnam number 2 is leading 27-14. The Battle of Edgewood and Owen Valley 19-7 Edgewood. North Putnam leads Crawfordsville 22-14. Cascade leads West Central 42-0. Yorktown leads Delta 14-0. North Montgomery and Leadman leads 35-0. And one more for you, Indian Creek and Lapel, very good ball club, 21-0. We got more score. Got a halftime score. Cathedral 14, Bishop Chatard 7. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll join Graham and a lot more for you right here at halftime. Score 49-0.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort, fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Tonight's sponsors are brought to you by Reynolds Farm Equipment. Reynolds Farm Equipment is a leading equipment dealer since 1955. By Passion to Care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. By Boilermaker Local 374. Boilermakers Local 374 represents highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. By Wheeler Mission, for over 125 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community. By Bertner Electric, your trusted electrician partner since 1986. By Morales Group, we're in business to create a better future for you and your family. By Northwestern Mutual, inspiring people to repeatedly take action on their financial goals. By Indiana Laborers District Council, the 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Laborers District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana. We are LIUNA. And by IndianaSRN Sports Page. Follow the sports page every day with updates, news from coast to coast. Log in at IndianaSRN.org and click on our tab.
I want to thank Indiana Sports Page and Troy Derigowski and his fine staff. You'll have all the scores later on tonight. I tell you, if you're up at 1 a.m., you'll have every single high school scores for you. Don't forget to tune into Bob Lovell tonight also on in Indiana Sports Talk and Network Indiana. Your action, don't forget to check out Bob and all the things that they do here at IndianaSRN. Running clock for you to know what that means. Whatever, if there's a penalty, if the ball goes out of bounds, if there's an incomplete pass, all scoring drives, the only time it will stop is on the extra point, but it's a running clock. Hey, they've put this in a couple years ago to cut down on injuries. I think it's a great rule. I wish they would have this on college rule as well, because maybe a week ago Indiana was up big time on an opponent. You can get people hurt, really, and it's a great rule. We thank you. I also want to thank our good friends at Special Olympics tonight. They stepped in as we need some help, and Mike Hash is in the booth tonight, the Chittard Cathedral game. Thanks to those fine folks and the Special Olympics folks for making that possible. We also talked about possible career if you are a young lady or a young man that would like to get on the production side of IndianaSRN. You can email us at coach@IndianaSRN. We'll hook you up with Chuck. Chuck will train you, get you ready, and you never know. In 2 weeks, you could be doing a Friday night football game and be sitting right here in the front row seat where we are. Also want to thank IU, their sports and information people for coming up as our great partners, and it's working out pretty well. You never knew that you're going to work with an old man that has a cane and walks with a limp, did you?
It's been great, though. It's been fantastic. I really appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to be out here.
Also, I want to thank everybody who has checked on me this whole entire week. Under the weather a little bit, got a thrown-out pack, but getting a lot better thanks to the Cards Lester. And I will tell you, your best friend, Troy Derigowski, my best friend, will always make fun of me. So, Troy, I'm glad you're doing the Cathedral Chittard game. We're having a great time here at Mount Vernon, and thank you very much. And don't forget college football tomorrow.
Graham Nash alongside Coach Keith Myers, also with Chuck Levine and Daniel Thacker for the second half of play between the New Palestine Dragons and the Mount Vernon Marauders. Man, Coach, it was New Pal all day.
Yeah, you look at the keys of the games, you really, you can take the crowd of the game. Well, it was 14-0 before the crowd really sat down in their seats. You got to stop the running game against Mount Vernon. I think they've done that fairly well, was the goals here. For Mount Vernon, you had to rush the quarterback. The quarterback has played very, very well, very poised. You've thrown a couple interceptions that has hurt you as well. Stop the line of scrimmage, they have not, and they have limited the turnovers. They've had 2 interceptions and a fumble. That's not good. If you're New Pal, the only thing really that I would give you a C on is the holding penalties that has caused you some fits. You've had 4 of them or 5 of them, and that's not real good. But who knows? Second half running clock. I've not seen a team come back. Anything's possible. We could see history be made tonight.
And so we are underway in the second half. It's a flubbed kick, and Mount Vernon can't get on top of it. It's a scramble for the ball.
Who are they going to give it to? I love when the official goes down on the knee, and now you're going, okay, fellas, lighten up, let go.
New Pal was pointing like they had the possession of the football, and now they start to celebrate. Referees waiting for a signal.
And they still have not signaled.
And they still have not. With the way that
they are going to give it to New Pal.
There you go. With the way they reacted, it'd be surprising if they didn't get possession. And so New Palestine starting things off
with the football despite punting it. And they are picking up right where they left off, leading 49-0. And their offense coming right back on the field. It's Jacob Davis still out there playing quarterback for New Palestine. We talked about how we could see a lot of substitutions in this half as well.
I think you will see some substitutions. I just think you got to be very careful. You don't want to get anybody hurt.
Handoff, first play of the game, cutting upfield for New Palestine is Max Weigand. And Weigand brought down around the 20-yard line. And he will move the chains. A nice first play from New Palestine, keeping it on the ground.
Look at the hole. There's a pancake right there.
And so that could be our first substitute for New Palestine. Max Weigand coming in for Josh Raines, who we saw get slightly hurt in the first quarter.
Got a little shaken up.
But he did come back at the end of the second and recorded his second touchdown of the game.
Max is a senior. There's a false start for you right there. A little flinch.
So that will move New Palestine back 5 yards. New Pal has been hit with a lot of holding penalties, not as many false starts. It's been MtVernon who has been primarily been hit with the false start penalties, but that time New Pal getting a little anxious to get going on 1st and 10. So instead it will be 1st and 15 from MtVernon's 27-yard line. Davis will hand it off to Weigand again, far side by the numbers, breaking tackles and getting it close to the yard to gain.
Think he wants the desire of scoring there?
I think so.
Hey, nice third gain of 9.
So it'll be 2nd down and 1. Nice run play from New Palestine there. They go into the run game early. Second and 1, and jump there from MtVernon, another penalty.
Second half action brought to you by our good friends at Officially Human. Our mission is to restore and respect game officials and recognize them for the authorities on the field and off the courts. Do your part and be a good sportsmanship. If you have nothing good to say nothing. If we don't have officials, we don't play. Also, wall-to-wall sports coverage every day in high school, college, pro. We have it all for you. Check out the Indiana Sports page. Click on the Indiana Sports page and stay informed. Indiana Sports page is on IndianaSRN.org.
1st and 10, and it's a keeper from Davis going around the outside and crashing into the end zone. Touchdown, New Palestine.
And they are just on a roll.
And statistically speaking, this is the point of the game where New Pal slows down. But a nice keeper there from Davis, bulldozing his way into the end zone. New Pal coming into this game averaging 6 points in the third quarter. But they get 7. Their first possession of the third. And kick is up and good. 56-0 New Palestine. And MtVernon still yet to get on the board. We'll be right back in MtVernon.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Back in New Palestine,
And today's game brought to you by Indiana Laborers District Council, the 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Laborers District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana. We are LIUNA. And make a difference. Help us put more student athletes on TV by logging on to IndianaSRN.org. Add direct your donation to a specific school or hit the donate button. More games, more opportunities for our kids. IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat. Mount Vernon reel in the kickoff this time. And they will start their offense around their own 35-yard line. Mount Vernon, they've been known to keep the ball on the ground with Joliba Brogan, senior running back. But when they have, New Palestine has absolutely smashed him at the line of scrimmage. Have not given him much room to breathe whatsoever. And so we've seen them go to the air much more than they have to start off this season. Wonder if they will continue to do so or try to establish the run game with the quick and speedy running back. Here they'll hand it off. Near side is Brogan, and he just has nothing around the numbers, forced out of bounds.
New Pal will travel next week, as I do believe they are at Newcastle next week. I'll double check that to make sure we have that correctly, and we'll check who. Okay, they are at Pendleton Heights. I apologize. New Pal is at Pendleton Heights, and Mount Vernon is at Delta.
A little toss to Brogan here, and he's able to break the line of scrimmage, but only gets about 5 yards.
We'll have Mount Vernon against Newcastle October 4th and against Shelbyville on October 11th right here on Indiana SRN. This is the last time that we will see New Palestine this season.
And from the looks of it, number 1 ranked New Palestine.
I think they'll stay there.
They could very well stay there. They have looked near perfect in every aspect of the game tonight. 3rd and 5 for Mount Vernon. Near side throw is dropped through the hands of Devon Williams.
I cannot remember the last time Mount Vernon has gone 0-4 in the season.
Well, they've started the season with an incredibly tough schedule.
Oh my goodness, a tough Noblesville game.
Yeah.
And then you turn right around and you have to play the Franklin Grizzlies, and both of those games away. I mean, their top half of their schedule is brutal.
4th and 5 going for it, handing it off to Brogan. Brogan up the middle, gets across the 50, and that'll be a first down for Mount Vernon.
And little things like that makes your team feel so much better.
You talk about the schedule, having to turn around and play the Franklin Grizzlies. They kept it close. Only lost 21-20 in that ball game. But New Pal has been a force to be reckoned with. 1st and 10 at the 50 for Mount Vernon. Meyer hands it off up the middle. Brogan breaking tackles, getting through, and getting very close to the first down.
And right now, if you're Mount Vernon, all you want to do is cross the goal line. Cross the goal line, make you feel pretty. That goose egg looks really bad right now.
Yeah.
You know, so you get that cricket number, and that looks really good. When I coached baseball, I told our kids if we could get to 3, it would be okay. We had a hard time getting to 3.
Well, they found some good momentum here with the run game. Joliba Brogan finding a bit of a stride. 2nd down and 1, they'll hand it off to him again. And this time, New Pal not having any of it. And it is Cole Heeg bringing down Brogan behind the line of scrimmage, and that'll be a loss of 3 on the play.
While we have this time, we want to thank New Palestine's athletic director, Brian Murphy, and his assistant, Trent Whitaker. Also, Mount Vernon, Brandon Ecker, and his assistant, Julie Shelton, for letting us participate in tonight's game.
3rd and 4 on the ground, and breaking tackles is Brogan, making his way to the opponent's 20, but he's brought down around the 25. Nice gain from Joliba Brogan.
Family Source Insurance. Pat Cherry is your independent agent representing Ohio Mutual Insurance. Call him for coverage today and tomorrow, 317-894-7000. Also, our Aspen Creek Grill player of the game. Where would you go anywhere else but delicious food? If you're looking for amazing food and fresh food, server that generally care about your service, go to Aspen Creek Grill. Aspen Creek Grill, the sponsor of our player of the game. And finally, Clean Slate. If you have a future in the cloud, we're teaching technology, consuming, specializing in customer building applications and products. Faster speeds, innovation. It's Clean Slate, 866-885-3249.
Brogan only getting 1 yard on 1st and 10 there. But this is what we were expecting to see out of Mount Vernon. They've only thrown it on this drive maybe twice. Other than that, it's been all Jaliba Brogan. 2nd and 9, they give it to him again. Going up the gut, trying to break through the defensive line. And that will be a nice gain on 2nd and 9 for Brogan.
College football right here on IndianaSRN and the HCAC network. Tomorrow, 7 o'clock start, 6:50 pregame. Rose-Hulman taking on Tri. Rose-Hulman had a very tough week last week, so did Trine. Both teams looking to get in that win column. Game time again tomorrow night at 7 o'clock right here on the family of networks, IndianaSRN at HCAC.tv.
DJ Johnson had a hole there, but looked like he slipped on the turf. And so it will be 4th down. And he's frustrated. Thought he had the first and more. Instead, it will be 4th and about 3.
Cathedral leads Chittard 17-7 at the third quarter. Martinsville and Decatur Central. Decatur Central leads 35-7. Shelbyville and Newcastle. Newcastle leads 14-7. Eastern leads Taylor 13-12. Mooresville and Greenwood. Greenwood very good this year, 40-14. Marion and McCutcheon 15-12. And Tri Central and Clinton Central 20-16.
Offsides on New Pal. Good job from Mason Meyer to draw that penalty. And so they get a fresh set of downs. But it is the end of the third quarter. Mount Vernon in the red zone for the first time today. And we will take a quick break here on IndianaSRN.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
Fourth quarter here in Mount Vernon as New Pal leads the Marauders 56-0. Mount Vernon in the red zone for the first time here tonight, around the 10-yard line, trying to break through, and it's been thanks to that running game that's gotten them there.
Yeah, and again, you, with the running clock, Graham, and with, you're down 56-0, little positive things here and there builds your confidence, because you got to tell your kids, it's week 4. Now let's finish 5-4. This one is over. Let's finish on a good foot here.
DJ Johnson on the sweep, trying to break through the defenders, but going nowhere. The swarming defense of New Pal prevents him from gaining much of an advantage. So it'll be 2nd and goal around the 6-yard line.
You go on the road next week as well if you're Mount Vernon. It's going to be a tough task at Pendleton Heights. I would not want to face New Pal right now.
No. They are dangerous.
They are definitely the team. Looks very, very impressive.
2nd and goal at the 6. They'll run it this time with Brogan. Brogan trying to break through, and it looks like he is just short.
They're on the 2.
3rd and about 2 for Mount Vernon, trying to get their first touchdown of the night in the 4th quarter. And you can probably safely bet that this is going to Brogan, and they toss it over to him. Brogan bulldozing his way and getting the first touchdown for Mount Vernon tonight.
Very good. And the scoreboard looks a lot better.
Yeah. And that's what we were expecting from Mount Vernon, was to just give it to Brogan and let him go full steam ahead. This is the first drive where they've really done that.
And they blew off the line of scrimmage, did a nice job. Good, held your blocks. Didn't get called for holding. Success. Going for 2 here.
Going for 2. Little trick play here as well. They're snapping it directly to the running back. Now a toss to the quarterback in Meyer. Meyer looking for a man. Does he have him? Yes, he does. What a play design for Mount Vernon. Then they get the 2-point conversion.
That's impressive.
A direct snap to the running back.
This is vintage, huh? Whoop.
And a nice throw.
Only one person could catch that ball. Yep. We take a break. A little bit big guy.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all their reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
You want a piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements, top quality care and service. You need something.
Back at Mount Vernon, and the Marauders got their first touchdown of the day on their last drive. And that kickoff will go back for a touchback. Just a reminder that today's broadcast is a copyright production of IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Any use of audio or video without the express written permission of IndianaSRN and the IHSAA is strictly prohibited.
We want to thank those fine folks. A lot of football left on the schedule of IndianaSRN. As we are in week 4, week 5 have 5 games for you. Week 6 we have 4 or 5 games for you. So stay right here in IndianaSRN where you always have a front row seat.
Ryder Gardner playing quarterback position now for New Palestine as the handoff is stuffed right by the line of scrimmage. And a big roar of approval there from Mount Vernon fans. That was TJ Wadman who was brought down. So it is 2nd and 11 for New Palestine.
They're trying to wake up the clock person because the clock should be running.
So we're pumping the brakes until that clock starts ticking down. Look along the line for New Palestine. They have made quite a few substitutions as well, bringing out players like Austin McMahon and Eli Wasson, Mason Oglesby. Letting those guys sit. Don't want to force any unwanted or unforced injuries. As there, the clock jumped. Still waiting for it to unfreeze.
Sometimes technology works really well, and in other times.
And so we are still waiting here in Mount Vernon. Down and distance also not updated on the scoreboard, so looks like it has just been frozen.
And it looks like the officials will keep the clock on the field. And now Coach Lottie calls timeout and asks the official, okay, we had all that big delay. Now I'm going to call a timeout. So he calls the timeout. We'll take a break. We'll be back.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
We never really realize how much we depend on electricity until the power goes out. Get those lights back on when you choose the certified electricians at Bertner Electric Incorporated. Locally owned and operated, we are a member of the Better Business Bureau and provide only the highest quality of customer service. For more information, give us a call today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you...
Scoreboard seems to be fixed here in Mount Vernon, as there's about 7.5 minutes left on the game clock.
9 o'clock Eastern on time zone. Indiana SRN. Past your bedtime yet?
Getting close to it, I'll tell you what.
Okay.
Second down and 11 for New Palestine. And it'll be another running play. And it's a fake. Going up to the top of the field is Gardner. A nice fake handoff there. The substitute quarterback taking it himself and getting a couple yards.
As we look at 3rd and probably 5.
Third and around 4 or 5 for the Dragons. And another fake handoff going up the gut is Gardner, but nothing there for him as he is stuffed. So that'll be 4th and 4 for the Dragons, and they will just punt it back away.
And we'll be through the halfway point of the 4th quarter.
Clock still ticking now. Everything fixed on the scoreboard. 6.5 minutes remaining. And it looks like Mount Vernon needing to get another player out there on the field. And New Pal as well.
This is when you are the 3rd or 4th guy in the string and say, 14, you're up. And he goes, but I don't. Okay, I'm coming.
Punt is up and away. And a nice friendly bounce for New Pal. It'll get inside the 25, and a nice punt there.
I will tell you, back in the day, I played for Howe High School, and I got an opportunity to play a basketball game. Coach says, you're going to go in, and I told him I couldn't go in because I didn't have shorts underneath my sweatpants. So that was the last time I ever got to even try. Heritage Christian leads 35-19. I don't know why I said that. 35-19 at the 3rd quarter, the 8:21 mark. I said it probably because no one else is maybe listening. Maybe that's why I just embarrassed myself. Yeah, there we go. Don't forget, scoreboards will be on the Indiana Sports page tomorrow morning. Every score in the state of Indiana will be on that sports page.
1st and 10 for the Marauders. Clock around the 5-minute mark. And Mount Vernon waiting for the play call. A little miscommunication here. Starters still out for Mount Vernon, and now they're getting another player out on the field. It's number 8, Luke Dirks.
And they just called a delay of game. This is frustrating for a lot of people. You know, you got to be prepared to play. So so you know they're going to call your number, and then you have a delay of game like that. A little frustration. Again, Mount Vernon just from the get-go of the game tonight. Just not really in tune this evening.
First and
There's
15, long throw downfield, has his man bobbled around, and no one can bring it in. And it looks like we might have a player hurt. I believe it is DJ Johnson, who's been an instrumental part to the pass game tonight. That would not be a good sign for Mount Vernon if he's hurt. So we will take a quick break as they attend to DJ Johnson here in Mount Vernon.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
As we still have an injury on the field, we have some scores for you. Mississinawa leads Frankton 46-0. Southmont leads Frankfort 34-0. Cathedral and Chittard 17-7 Cathedral. Newcastle 21, Shelbyville 7, Plainfield 28, Perry Meridian 12, Carroll Flora 24, Delphi 13, Greenwood 40, Mooresville 14, Greencastle leads 21-6, and Tipton leads Western 31-7.
Second and 15. Mayer flushed out of the pocket, just going to take it, but there's a flag on the play. Looks like it might be a block in the back, but referee might have also just signaled holding. And it will be holding on Mount Vernon, bringing them back 5 yards.
They have called a lot of holding tonight.
They have. And it's been mostly on New Pal. Yep. That might be the first one we've seen on Mount Vernon.
So the clock at 3:29. Again, if you're new to Indiana high school football, they have put this in to prevent injuries. A running clock if you're up 35-0 at the end of the first half. And we have seen that a couple of times this year. Some had the Covenant Christian Warriors game that week 1. So good rule though, as we're under 3 minutes to play. Join us next week. We'll have the slate of our games. And our Twitter master will be out, or our X-master will be out, I guess, starting on Wednesday. They'll give you all the rundown on IndianaSRN.
And we got a whistle blowing this one, Dad.
I think we might have another delay of game.
And that's exactly what it is. It will be 3rd and 30 for Mount Vernon. And clock is still ticking down, about to the 2-minute remaining mark.
It's second down and 30.
.30 yards to the line of gain. Meyer in his own end zone trying to get away from every man in white. And he just has to toss it to the ground. And so scoreboard moves to 4th down and 30. Some confusion here, though, whether it is 3rd and 30, and it looks like that is what it will be.
Second time tonight, lack of communication from the officials to the score box. And now they have reset the game clock to 25, and they'll run it on the snap.
So 3rd down and 30.
Don't forget to stay with us. The Aspen Creek Grill player of the game will be named here in just a couple minutes.
Mount Vernon at their own 5, taking the snap. A nice block from the running back, but still flushed out is Meyer, and he just has to toss it away. Clock running down, 4th down and 30. And the New Pal and Mount Vernon faithful still hanging around, cheering on their teams. And it looks like they are going to just let the clock wind down and wrap it up. So that will do it. New Palestine wins the battle for the boundary rail and the HHC victory bell. Score of 56-8, and it was just a dominant showing from New Palestine from head to toe.
Yeah, New Palestine came out early. They scored 28 in the first quarter. They actually missed an extra point, went for the 2-point conversion, made 28 at the end of one. They scored 21 in the second quarter, made it 49-0 at halftime. Made it, then scored 3 in the third to make it 56-0. Mount Vernon scores 8 in the fourth score to make it 56-8. Our Aspen Creek player of the game is Michael Thacker. He is our Aspen Creek player of the game from New Pal, defensive end, number 52. Congratulations to him for being our Aspen Creek player of the game. Graham, great job. Good job tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again in a couple of weeks.
That's absolutely right. And before we go, final sponsors for tonight's game. We have Reynolds Farm Equipment, Passion to Care, Boilermaker Local 374, Wheeler Mission, Bertner Electric, Morales Group, Northwestern Mutual, Indiana Laborers District Council, and IndianaSRN Sports Page. For Chuck Levine and Daniel Thacker, I've been Graham Nash. Next to Coach Keith Myers, we thank you for tuning in. Final score is New Palestine 56, Mount Vernon 8, here on IndianaSRN.